Hallo und guten Abend zusammen. Schön, dass ihr heute den Abend mit uns verbringen möchtet. Ich heiße euch ganz herzlich willkommen zu unserem nächsten USA-Webinar. Heute, ihr könnt es schon sehen, geht es um die Capital Region und ganz besonders um Virginia Beach. Dazu habe ich heute mir zwei Damen eingeladen. Einmal unten die Maria Greiner von Capital Region USA und einmal die Kelly von Virginia Beach. Good morning. Good morning, Kelly. It's good. Is it good afternoon already? Kelly ist aus den USA live dazugeschaltet, wird daher gleich ihre Präsentation auf Englisch halten. Aber wir starten einmal noch ganz kurz auf Deutsch. Wir werden euch ein paar allgemeine Hinweise geben für das Webinar. Die Folie kennen viele von euch schon, die regelmäßig bei uns dabei waren. Grundsätzlich gilt, wenn ihr irgendwelche Tonprobleme habt, probiert als erstes einmal euer E-Mail-Programm auszuschalten, andere Websites auszuschalten. Das hilft in den allermeisten Fällen. Das ganze Webinar wird aufgezeichnet, das ist wichtig. Das heißt, wenn ihr irgendwie im Nachgang nochmal was anschauen wollt oder auch beim Gewinnspiel nochmal was nachgucken möchtet und nicht direkt live gesehen habt, könnt ihr das immer noch in der Aufzeichnung euch nochmal gleich angucken oder später. Und wichtig ist auch, dass ihr bei Fragen oder technischen Problemen immer über den Chat mit uns in Kontakt treten könnt, eure Fragen stellen könnt. Und wir werden das dann gerne an Maria, an Kelly weitergeben, wenn die Fragen zur Präsentation sind. Oder ich versuche euch eben bei technischen Schwierigkeiten direkt weiterzuhelfen. Das war es eigentlich dann auch schon direkt von meiner Seite. Wir fangen an mit einem kurzen Überblick zur Capital Region. Hier seht ihr die beiden Damen nochmal mit Positionstitel vorgestellt. Okay, und an der Stelle, Maria, übergebe ich an dich und Kelly, great you're here. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you. Great to be here.
Ja, vielen Dank, Christian, auch nochmal von meiner Seite aus. Wir freuen uns, dass ihr heute so zahlreich dabei seid und mit uns ja ein bisschen virtuell die Füße in den Sand steckt und die Sonnenstrahlen in Virginia Beach genießt. Aber bevor wir nach Virginia Beach gehen, möchte ich euch einfach noch ein bisschen was zur Region erzählen, einfach auch ein paar Tipps geben, mit was man es am besten verbinden kann. Wie gesagt, wir befinden uns in der Capital Region USA. Das ist die Hauptstadt Washington, D.C. mit den zwei angrenzenden Bundesstaaten Maryland und Virginia. Und ihr seht auch schon, Washington D.C. liegt so richtig schön eingebettet in diese zwei Bundesstaaten. Und wir haben den Washington Dulles International Airport als unseren größten Flughafen in der Region. Alle Informationen, die ihr heute kriegt, sind natürlich auch vor sozusagen Covid, also dass ihr einfach auch wisst, wie viele Flüge es gab. Es gibt momentan auch schon weiterhin mit United zum Beispiel die Flüge, aber wir gehen natürlich auch ganz, ganz stark davon aus, dass wenn dann das Reisen auch wieder möglich ist, wir auch die ganzen Flüge wieder anbieten werden. Zum Washington Dulles International Airport geht es täglich von Frankfurt und München aus, aber auch aus der Schweiz, von Genf und Zürich. Die Austrian Airlines fliegt von Wien zum Washington Dulles International Airport und natürlich auch die Lufthansa von Frankfurt und München aus Deutschland. Es gibt noch einen kleinen anderen Tipp, den seht ihr da, wenn ihr auf diesen kleinen Plan von Washington D.C. schaut, nämlich den Baltimore-Washington International Airport. Und wie der Name schon sagt, befindet sich dieser Flughafen zwischen Baltimore und Washington D.C. und ist aber auch wirklich ganz super auch mit Washington D.C., nämlich mit dem Amtrak angebunden. Das heißt, man kann von dort aus einfach in den Zug steigen und nach Washington D.C. fahren. Jetzt fragt ihr euch ja sicherlich alle, wo liegt denn eigentlich Virginia Beach? Vielleicht habt ihr es auf der Karte schon gesehen, und zwar hier ganz unten. Das heißt, ihr seht schon, man kann Washington D.C. als US-Hauptstadt wunderbar mit Virginia Beach verbinden. Und dafür möchte ich euch heute zwei kurze Routen vorstellen, die man dann auch hervorragend als einen kompletten Loop zusammen verbinden kann. Was ich noch ganz vergessen habe zu erwähnen, wir haben ja heute während unseres Webinars auch ein Gewinnspiel dabei. Das heißt, ihr werdet im Laufe unserer Präsentation 5 Fragen gestellt bekommen. Die zeigen wir auf einer Folie, dann seht ihr auch, wie viele Buchstaben das Antwortwort hat. Und bei den Antworten sind immer bestimmte Buchstaben farblich hinterlegt. Genau diese Buchstaben müsst ihr euch merken, denn die ergeben im Nachgang unser Lösungswort. Und wenn ihr dieses Lösungswort dann am Ende der Präsentation, also heute oder morgen bis 12 Uhr, an cruiser@klassen.de, da kommen wir auch nochmal am Ende der Präsentation dazu, schickt, könnt ihr an unserem tollen Gewinnspiel teilnehmen. Und zwar der erste Preis ist ein toller Übernachtungsgutschein für das Hampton Inn bei Hilton, Virginia Beach Oceanfront. Und als zweiten Preis gibt's eine prall gefüllte Strandtasche aus Virginia Beach.
Genau, also ich möchte betonen, das Lösungswort nicht in den Chat schreiben, bitte. Sonst habt ihr es den anderen relativ einfach gemacht, am Gewinnspiel mitzumachen. Sondern wirklich, wie gesagt, an Maria im Nachgang per E-Mail schicken. Wichtig ist, die Lösungswörter, die wir suchen, das sind immer die englischen Wörter, die Kelli dann sagen wird in ihrer Präsentation. Und das Lösungswort selber, was ihr hinterher erarbeiten müsst, das ist eben auch ein englisches Wort.
Ganz lieben Dank, Christian. Ja, komplett richtig. Dann beginnen wir unseren kurzen Roadtrip einfach schon mal in Washington, D.C. und einfach für euch als kleine Übersicht. Natürlich kennen wir alle das US-Kapitol, das Weiße Haus, das Washington Monument. In Washington, D.C. ist einfach ganz, ganz wichtig zu wissen, ganz, ganz viel befindet sich rund um diese National Mall. Das heißt, dort gibt es viele der Memorials, der Monumente, auch das US-Kapitol liegt dort und ganz, ganz viele Attraktionen sind einfach kostenfrei in Washington, D.C. zu besichtigen. Wir sagen, dass wir fast 100 kostenfreie Attraktionen haben und dazu zählen unter anderem auch die Smithsonian-Museen, das sind 17 an der Zahl, plus dem National Zoo, also auch der Zoo ist kostenfrei in Washington, D.C. Außerdem, was viele auch ganz, ganz überraschend finden zu Washington, D.C., ist einfach, wie grün und wie viel Wasser auch entlang der Stadt ist. Also wir sind die zweitgrünste Stadt der USA, haben über 630 Parks allein nur in Washington, D.C. und auch ganz viele tolle Stadtviertel, die direkt am Wasser liegen. Das heißt, es fühlt sich gar nicht an wie eine Großstadt, sondern man hat auch schon einen ganz, ganz großen Entspannungsfaktor alleine nur, wenn man in Washington, D.C. ist. Wie kommt man jetzt von Washington, D.C. am besten nach Virginia Beach? Wie schon gesagt, es gibt zwei Routen, die ich euch gerne ans Herz legen möchte. Einmal von Washington, D.C. an der Eastern Shore von Maryland entlang. Das heißt, ihr habt dann Stationen wie Baltimore als größte Stadt in Maryland mit einem tollen Inhaber. Von dort aus sind es dann nur noch eine Dreiviertelstunde bis Annapolis. Annapolis ist die Hauptstadt von Maryland mit der US Naval Academy und auch wieder ganz, ganz viel lokalen Shops. Die US Naval Academy befindet sich dort, die kann man auch besuchen. Und von Annapolis führt die Chesapeake Bay Bridge rüber auf diese Landzunge, die ihr seht. Und dort beginnt zum Beispiel der Chesapeake Country Scenic Byway. Und diese Scenic Byways, wenn ihr euch ein bisschen mit Amerika vielleicht schon beschäftigt habt, sind euch die America's Byways oder diese Scenic Byways vielleicht schon öfters begegnet, sind besondere Ferienstraßen, die euch zu den schönsten Aussichtspunkten in der Region führen. Und der Chesapeake Country Scenic Byway wurde vor kurzem erst zur All-American Road gekürt. Und das ist die größte Auszeichnung, die man in den USA bekommen kann. Und das heißt dann auch, dass es nur dort bestimmte historische oder kulturelle Dinge zu sehen gibt, die man sonst nirgends in den USA sehen kann. Und bevor man dann weiter runter bis nach Virginia Beach fährt, gibt es zum Beispiel Assateague Island, den vielleicht schon mal viele gehört haben, weil dort sehr, sehr viele dieser wild lebenden Pferde sind. Ist auch ein großer State Park, also unbedingt auch ein Stop, den man machen soll. Und dann gibt es noch die zweite Möglichkeit, dass man sagt, okay, man möchte vielleicht nicht über die Eastern Shore nach Virginia Beach fahren, sondern möchte gern durch Virginia nach Virginia Beach fahren. Und das ist dann einmal die Route, wenn man dann von Washington D.C. aus direkt zum Nationalpark fährt. Das ist der Shenandoah National Park, ist der große Nationalpark bei uns in der Region. Nur circa 1,5 Stunden von Washington D.C. entfernt. Und auch dort haben wir natürlich unsere tollen Scenic Byways wie den Skyline Drive, der euch zu den schönsten Aussichtspunkten im Park führt. Und wenn man dann dann natürlich auch weiter in die Richtung der Blue Ridge Mountains. Und von dort aus bewegt man sich dann immer wieder weiter in Richtung Atlantik. Das heißt, macht zum Beispiel einen Stop in Charlottesville, wundervolle, sehr, sehr schöne Universitätsstadt. In der Nähe ist zum Beispiel, wo wir hier das Bild sehen, das ist Monticello, das ist der ehemalige Landsitz von Thomas Jefferson. Und dort befinden sich auch um Charlottesville ganz, ganz viele Weingüter. Virginia ist der 5. größte Weinproduzent in den USA. Wir haben alleine 300 Weingüter nur in Virginia. Und von dort aus kann man dann noch nach Richmond fahren als Hauptstadt von Virginia, auch wirklich sehr, sehr sehenswert. Hier seht ihr auch wieder ein tolles Outdoor-Programm entlang des James River. Und von dort aus nach Virginia Beach empfehlen wir immer unbedingt einen Stop in diesem historischen Dreieck zu machen. Das ist Williamsburg, Jamestown und Yorktown. Und hier das Beispiel ist Colonial Williamsburg, also ein riesen Freilichtmuseum, wo man wirklich sehen kann, wie die Leute damals gelebt haben, wie Brot in der Taverne gebacken wird oder wie die Pferde dort versorgt werden. Es gibt natürlich auch immer wieder tolle Events, Live-Events vor Ort. Also da kann man schon alleine einen ganzen Tag verbringen. Und von dort aus ist es dann auch nicht mehr weit bis Virginia Beach. Wie gesagt, diese Tour kann man auch sehr, sehr gerne als komplette Tour verbinden. Das heißt, man macht erst Washington DC, dann fährt man zum Beispiel über Virginia nach Virginia Beach und macht dann einfach, wenn man auf dem Rückweg fährt, den Loop zu und fährt über die Eastern Shore in Maryland.
Wenn ihr jetzt sagt, das hört sich alles total interessant an, da würde ich gerne mehr zuhören. Vor ungefähr einem Jahr hat Maria tatsächlich ein komplettes Webinar zur gesamten Capital Region gehalten bei uns. Da können wir euch im Follow-up gerne den Link nochmal schicken zur gesamten Aufzeichnung des Webinars. Aber ja, heute, wie gesagt, ihr seht es ja auch schon, der Reiseverlauf von Maria bewegt sich immer weiter auf Virginia Beach zu. Da ist natürlich der Fokus heute drauf. Aber die gesamte Capital Region, wie gesagt, haben wir auch schon als Webinar komplett gemacht.
Genau, perfekt. Und als kleinen Tipp oder Hinweis nur für euch, bei diesen Routenverlauf findet ihr auch bei ganz, ganz vielen Reiseveranstaltern natürlich auch noch viel mehr Alternativen, natürlich auch ein viel weiteres Hotelprodukt. Aber das sind meistens so, der Routenverlauf ist angemessen für diesen kompletten Loop für 10 bis 14 Tage. Kommt immer ein bisschen drauf an, wie lange man an den unterschiedlichen Stationen gerne Zeit haben möchte. Und bevor wir gleich nach Virginia Beach gehen, haben wir noch eine kurze Frage an euch. Denn uns interessiert natürlich auch, wer von euch vielleicht schon mal in Virginia Beach war. Und dann
genau, ihr müsstet jetzt im Chatfenster müsstet ihr die kleine Umfrage sehen, wo ihr einmal kurz anklicken könnt, ja, ich war schon mal da, nein, aber schon in der Capital Region oder nein, ich war in der Ecke noch überhaupt gar nicht. Ja, gerade DC haben ja vielleicht schon einige gemacht. Das ist ja doch immer so der größte Name, den man da in der Ecke hat. Ja. Ja. Okay.
That definitely looks like that we already have some people in the webinar that visited Virginia Beach. Kelli?
Awesome.
Yeah. And some of them also went to the Capital Region USA, but I think most of you haven't the chance to experience the Capital Region USA yet. But we love to have you in our region.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So like a little under 2/3 have not been to the Capital Region yet, but 10% have visited Virginia Beach.
Wonderful.
So, and that's all from my side. And I would like to hand over to Kelli, my colleague and dear friend, that I'm really missing in these COVID times.
Yes.
And really, we will enjoy your presentation. Kelli, take over.
Thank you, Maria. Yes, it is hard during these times. We do miss each other, but I am so excited to be here today and excited to welcome you, or should I say, is it Guten Abend?
Yep,
I think. Good. I got it. Well, Guten Abend. And before I introduce you to the destination, I would like for you to do me one big favor. Okay, we're going to get really comfortable right now, and we're going to transport our minds to our happy place. Have you ever heard that term, our happy place? So I want you to sit back. I want you to relax and close your eyes. Everybody have their eyes closed? Close your eyes. And I want you to dream about this beautiful sandy beach. And you're sitting in a chair and you've got your feet in the sand. You're squashing the sand between your toes. And I want you to feel the sunshine just beating down on you, and you're relaxing. It's a beautiful, gorgeous day here in Virginia Beach.
That's really cruel from you. It's like, I'm missing the beach so much.
That's right. Okay, everybody open their eyes. So you've been transported to this amazing beach. Look at that. It is absolutely gorgeous. We've got 2 chairs. They're waiting just for you. And for those of you that have been here before, I know you'll concur that it is simply gorgeous beaches. And I welcome all of you to come as soon as you can, as soon as borders open and we're able to travel again. I can't wait to see you. So moving on, I'm going to introduce you to the destination. We are also called, we're part of the Capital Region, but we're also called Coastal Virginia. And so if you look at the map here, you can see, now I'm just going to kind of pinpoint over here, you can see the Chesapeake Bay. This is a beautiful body of water. And if you're flying into Washington, D.C., or even Baltimore, Maria has gone through the different routes that you can take through the beautiful Shenandoah Mountains. But if you want to fly and you want to connect in Dulles, you can fly right into the Norfolk International Airport. So there's direct connections there. Otherwise, bringing your car, you can fly into DC, rent a car and come down. And as you can see, the bay is here. We're completely surrounded by water. And then this over here is the Atlantic, down on the right-hand corner of the map is the Atlantic Ocean. And there are 7 districts, okay? And we're going to start today by going to the Chesapeake Bay area. And as I mentioned, there's over 60 kilometers of beaches, but they're all distinct. So each beach is very different. And if we're known for anything, we're known for all of our outdoor space. Lots of outdoor, boat tours, kayaking. The population of Virginia Beach is about 550,000. The population of the kind of coastal Virginia area is about 1 million. So it kind of gives you a perspective of how large we are. So as we enter into the Chesapeake Bay area, where the bubble kind of points down, this is all Bay area here. And as you're entering in through the Chesapeake Bay area, you're going to come to this incredible bridge tunnel. It's the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, and it is actually 38 kilometers long from the beginning of the bridge to the end. And if you look there in the picture, you can see that there, I'm going to just kind of highlight that for you. You can see there's a opening. There's actually 2 underwater tunnels that you will go through. And that's kind of just an amazing thing in itself. But this is the perfect place to watch the sun go down. And I'm going to talk a little bit later about some hotels, some great restaurants in the Chesapeake Bay that offer that great sunset option. So this also connects, as Maria probably pointed out, the Eastern Shore. This will connect you from Virginia's Eastern Shore to Virginia Beach. So here we are. We have come to the oysters and the incredible culinary options in Virginia Beach. If you look to the right there, you see the incredible Virginia's Chesapeake Bay blue crab. Some of you might be seafood lovers. And then just as they did many, many, many years ago, in the early, in the 1800s, 1900s, the oysters have been huge for Virginia Beach. And so the man here on your left is Captain Chris. And Captain Chris has his own oyster farm on the Lynn Haven River. So the Chesapeake Bay is completely surrounded by these small rivers and inlets. And so we're going to take you now we're going to introduce you to Chris, and we're going to take you on a little journey and see what it's like to be an oyster farmer.
The amazement starts as soon as they step out of the boat. It's always interesting to watch their expression. We anchor the boat's floating, and then when we coax them to the back and we escort them off and they step over, it's like that step into the unknown. People really don't realize how hard the sandbar is and how safe it is until they step out. And then when they step out, it literally is oh wow, and they look around. And so that's just a tip of the excitement that are exhibited by the folks on the tour, throughout the tour. So then we walk up and they see the oysters. We bring a cage up and open the cage. And opening a cage of oysters is like opening a present at Christmas. You just don't know what you're going to get. Every time is something different. The look of amazement when we're opening up a bag of seed, or we open up a cage, folks are just like, wow, and so this is where it comes from. And then if I pull an oyster knife out of my pocket, reach down and pick up an oyster and shuck it and hand it to them, it just builds. It's like this big interest in people getting in touch with their food and getting in touch with nature. And this experience does it all.
Yeah, I guess that's as fresh as it gets when it comes to oysters, right?
That is as fresh as it gets. It's absolutely, I'm not a big oyster fan, but I have to tell you that I enjoy Chris and his passion for what he does. And I absolutely love to go on his tours. And I invite everyone to meet Captain Chris when you come to Virginia Beach.
Yeah, sounds like a great guy.
Yes. And then also, I just want to mention that if you, one of the things that we do here in Virginia Beach is we have a crab feast. It's a tradition here in Virginia, just like as it is in Maryland. And so you'll find a lot of restaurants, if you want to learn how to crack a crab and eat a crab, we have lots of restaurants that'll give you all the supplies, give you a demonstration, and you can have a wonderful stout and blue crab, and it's a great time with your family and friends.
Kelly, I'm sorry. It's going to be the next video anyways. Sorry. I just wanted to point out that I turned your webcam off.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So, no, but it's the next video coming in. So that was
okay.
That was okay.
Do you want me to turn it off or leave it on?
No. For
okay.
Introducing the next video, please leave it on.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So one of the things that Virginia Beach is known for is our bottlenose dolphins. We have the largest population on the entire East Coast. And they come so close to you, and it's all in a natural environment. One of the reasons why we have so many bottlenose dolphins here is that the Chesapeake Bay, and where the Atlantic and the Chesapeake Bay, it is such rich food. And so what'll happen is, especially during the springtime, the mamas will come in with their babies. So you have these pods of dolphins, and it's just spectacular. Everyone from every age enjoys watching them. And there's a picture of kayaking with dolphins. And we're going to take you next to one of my favorite dolphin tours. It's kayaking with dolphins. We're going to take you to Matt from Chesapeake Outdoors. And so, again, I strongly encourage you to book this tour when you're here in Virginia Beach. I've never seen anything like it. So meet Matt.
Hi, my name is Matt Redford with Chesapeake Outdoors. Welcome to my office. I'm here in beautiful north end of Virginia Beach, and we're getting ready to do some kayaking with dolphins today. I've been doing this for 24 and a half years. Virginia Beach is one of the best places in the entire country to see bottlenose dolphins up close and personal. Let me take you on an adventure today.
Yeah, so, and I guess he's taking us out to the ocean, right?
Yes, so now he's going to be taking us to the ocean to show you these beautiful creatures and the experience that you too can have when you come here.
That looks spectacular, to be honest. And it's just so close to the beach, right?
It is. You literally are taking your kayak. You can kayak in the Chesapeake Bay, or this particular spot was on the bay. A little bit calmer water. So if you're not, an expert kayaker, you don't feel quite as safe in the waves. You can do the bay, and there's just plenty of dolphins. Yeah, every time I see this, I just get so excited. It's a great, and you can even, if you don't want to kayak, you can even sit on the beach and watch them. You can see them right from the shoreline. So yeah,
that's amazing.
But also the hard work, if you do it on the Atlantic Ocean, it's really worth doing it. I have done it, and it was really amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not the best kayak person, but I made it, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure what the next question coming up will be in the chat. So you said spring would be the best time of the year to do it.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, are they there the entire year as well? Or,
yes, they are here the entire year. But for the largest population of them, and almost 100% chance of seeing them, spring and summer and into the fall is when they're most active. During the winter, it gets a little bit cooler, and we don't see them as much. But you do see them in the middle of December out there playing as well.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Isn't that fun? Yeah, and so we have people come and who've never ever kayaked before, and they get in, like Maria said, into the ocean, and they have no problem, and they absolutely love it. So
perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so
I guess that's a must do when you're there. So definitely. Yeah.
That is a must do. Visitors and our locals do this, and it is a real treat. So I invite you all.
Yeah. So what did you say? He's doing this for 25 or 24 years now?
Yes.
So can't be too bad, right?
That's right. That's right. And he's so funny. His name is Matt. And, every time I see him, I'm like, well, we always meet on the beach. We don't have a meeting in an office. We just go out to the beach, and there's Matt. So if you want to find him, he's down on the ocean, and I know exactly where to find him.
I'm pretty sure he has no office, right? I'm really jealous. That's the best home office ever.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah,
absolutely. I love it. All right, so moving on to the next experience is paddleboarding. And Chicks Beach is just another name or location at the Chesapeake Bay. Chicks Beach is just known for all its amazing restaurants with seafood. And you have everything. You have Thai, you have Asian. There's an eclectic mix of culinary options. And if you look at the image, you can see the Chesapeake Bay Bridge in the background. And this is Matt and his wife, and they're out there paddleboarding. And what a lot of the locals do is they'll take a paddleboard out. They'll sit right in this area on the Chesapeake Bay, and they grab a glass of wine, and they just sit and lay back and watch the sunset. So that could be you guys.
Yeah.
So that's
good.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then within the whole Chesapeake Bay area, we have First Landing State Park. And so there are all kinds of different trails here. Virginia Beach is known for a great biking destination. So whether you, want to just ride a Surrey on our boardwalk area, or if you want, you're a true active bicyclist, there are tons of trails for you to do. Over 19 miles of hiking and biking. And then also, I just want to mention that First Landing State Park is also a great place for birding and wildlife tours. Or if you're into painting on a canvas, that's a great place to do that as well, especially along the Chesapeake Bay area. And then within the Chesapeake Bay area as well, we have historic Cape Henry lighthouses. And the one that you see on your left there is a brick lighthouse, and it was commissioned by, at that time, President George Washington. And it's the very first government-built brick lighthouse. And then you see the one next to it was built a little bit later in the early 1800s, and that's called the Cape Henry Lighthouse. And what you'll find when you arrive at the lighthouse is that this is actually a military base. So don't be surprised if they ask you for your passport or for your ID, because they do allow you to come onto the base, but they do have to check the IDs. And then if you look over, I'm going to just circle for you. If you look over here to the left in this area right here, there is a path that you can kind of see. It's a walkway that goes to a lookout, and it is fantastic. Talk about the perfect picture place. This is where you want to go and get the picture of your family, or whoever you're here with visiting, because you can get the two lighthouses in the background. And then just something else regarding this particular lighthouse, the government built one. That was built in the late 1700s, and you can also climb the stairs to the very top. And I'm referring to, just so y'all know, to this lighthouse right here. Okay. All right. So moving on, we have come to a question. So here we go. Which sea animals can you see mainly between April and October along the coast of Virginia Beach?
Ja. Und nochmal, achso, ja, oder Maria? Ja, gerne du.
Kelly, we just to give them for the first question maybe a little bit more time. We already received one question. Where exactly start the tours, the kayaking with dolphin tours? Directly at the boardwalk? I think not, right? It's a little bit.
Yes. So the kayak tours, there's several outfitters within the area. So they will either be at the Chesapeake Bay. They'll be at the northern end of the ocean front on Atlantic Avenue. Or there's another area that we're going to talk about in just a little bit called Sandbridge. And they do the kayak tours out there as well. So several outfitters you can choose from. Most of them all do the dolphin kayak tours, but there's several options. And and once you book it, your guide will then tell you what location to meet or where to meet. So Matt would say you're going to meet at 64th Street, and that would be Atlantic Ocean and 64th Street. And I'm going to, on the map of the boardwalk area, I'm going to show you, it's pretty easy to find your way around here.
Perfect. Thank you, Kelly.
All right. Yeah, so I think we clarified the question. So the answer has to be in English. We're looking for the English word, and as you can see, it's the last letter of the word we're looking for. That's going to be the first letter of your solution. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think we're good. We're good to proceed. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So perfect segue into the oceanfront area. Along the right of this picture map is the Atlantic Ocean. And the gentleman up there in the upper right-hand corner, he is looking out over the beautiful Virginia Beach boardwalk. So the oceanfront area, or what we call the resort area, is kind of where all the action is. So if you're looking for lots of people, but you're looking for maybe a beautiful hotel stay, all the hotels along the boardwalk area face the ocean front. And they have balconies where you can sit out and watch the dolphins and watch the sunrise if you're an early riser. But it's just filled with all kinds of shopping and restaurants and ice cream stores. And the good thing is that most of that is on Atlantic Avenue on the other side. And so all you have to do is just sit and watch the beautiful ocean waves coming in. The beaches are as wide as a football field. Okay, so there's a lot of space. And also, too, I just want to mention that, for your clients that may have any kind of a disability and may have trouble walking in the sand, because our beaches are so wide, there are boardwalks about every 5 streets so that you can get wheelchairs right out to the ocean waters. The other nice thing is that we have at our visitor center, you can sign out a wheelchair that has the big, huge wheels for anyone that wants to just wheel through the sand. So it makes it really convenient for them. Biking the boardwalk is actually 5 kilometers long. And so it makes a great place for riding bicycles. And you can see up here in this picture, these are called Surreys, and they're 4-people bicycles. And so those are a lot of fun for families to do. The kids and the adults love to do this.
That looks really fun. Yeah.
It is fun. So next, I'm going to take you and just show you a beautiful aerial. There are all kinds of cabana rentals on the ocean front. And there you see the hotels. And the one good thing about staying in the resort area or the boardwalk area is that you can pretty much walk to anything. And there are trolleys that run up and down Atlantic Avenue, which is behind the hotels. Trolleys are very inexpensive. I believe they're like $1, for a pass that you can ride all day. And then as you maneuver from First Street all the way up to 40th Street, that would be a 5-kilometer walk or bicycle ride. You're just going to find all different types of incredible culinary options, little snack shops or ice cream places. So it's just fantastic. And then the other good thing about being on the boardwalk, which I totally love, is just the amount of events. Virginia Beach is known to have some very interesting and very high-end events. The Boardwalk Art Show is an international show where you can find all kinds of artisans from all over the world. They line up on the boardwalk, and that is going to occur this year in October. So we're excited about that. That's a beautiful time to visit Virginia Beach. And then every weekend from spring to fall on Atlantic Avenue, we have entertainment areas where you're on one corner of the boardwalk, you're going to find jazz, live jazz. You might find another genre like country, but all kinds of family entertainment. And they do have fireworks twice a week as well. So lots going on there. But the good thing is that the beach is separated from the north end and the south end. And so as you go either direction, it gets a little bit quieter. So for those of you that just want to be separated from all that, it's a short walk to all the live events. And then I also want to mention too, we'll talk about him a little bit later, but some of you may know Pharrell Williams. He sang that song, Happy Because I'm Happy. I'm sorry, my singing is terrible. But Pharrell has a festival called Something in the Water, and that began 2 years ago. And unfortunately, these last 2 years, we haven't been able to have the festival, but we're going to, it's tentatively planned now for April of 2022. So we invite you to come to that as well.
So he is from Virginia Beach?
Yes. So Pharrell is a native from Virginia Beach, and his mother still lives here. And just a little bit of local information. If you take the oyster tour, you're going to see Pharrell's house, his house here in Virginia Beach. So it's a beautiful house. And as you're leaving the boat dock to go to the oyster tour, the guide will point it out to you. So not a lot of people know that. So some insider information. And then here's a picture. One of the other great things about the boardwalk is that about every other street, you're going to have beautiful artwork. And this is probably one of the most unique pieces of art that we have. It's King Neptune. And people say he's overlooking the ocean. He's overlooking the people and keeping the peace here in Virginia Beach. But when you get up close, this is a bronze made statue and it's 24 feet high. And when you get up close to him, you can see the muscles and just the mass of the size of this creature. So it's a great place to take pictures. You'll stand, maybe as tall as one of those posts there because he is massive, but it's an incredible sculpture and art that was dedicated to Virginia Beach about 6 years ago. All right, we're up to another question. So which statue is the best Instagram photo hotspot along the boardwalk? I'll give you a few seconds, right, Christian, to answer that.
Yes.
Yep.
I think it was not too long ago that Kelly mentioned that,
Yeah.
so it should be an easy one.
That's right. Thank you, Maria.
Yeah, I think that should have been enough time
Okay.
to answer it. Yeah.
Okay. So we're moving on. Now, as I mentioned, there's a lot of options in the boardwalk and resort area, and just 2 streets, 2 blocks over, you can walk to what is known as the Vibe Creative District. This is a truly amazing arts district, fairly new. It's only about 5 or 6 years old. And I'm going to introduce you now to the marketing director of the Vibe District, and I'll take you on a quick little tour and show you some images of what you'll find just 2 blocks from the ocean front.
Yeah, I just want to quickly point out the sound of the video is not too loud, so you may need to listen carefully to what she's saying.
Hi everyone, I'm Kate Pittman, the Executive Director of the Vibe Creative District. This is Virginia Beach's Cultural Arts Enclave, and we have been working hard for the last 5 years to add art all over the streets, the walls, the roadways. Businesses, come and explore here in the Arts District. You'll find great culinary arts, some amazing murals, lots of photo opportunities, and lots of different places to shop and eat local here in Virginia Beach.
Yeah, I hope everyone could understand what she was saying. But yeah, sounds like a great project, and I'm pretty sure you're going to show us some images, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So here we go into the Arts Creative District. Lots and lots of murals that have been painted by either local artists or famous artists. So here you have this building is a hardware store. Not sure if you call those what you call those in Germany, but it's where you can buy hammers and nails and paintbrushes, obviously. And they thought it would be fun to paint the animals with the hardware. So the actual mural tour in the Vibe is about a mile long. What would that be, Christian, in kilometers?
It was 1 mile.
1 mile.
That would be 1.6 kilometers.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so not too far. It's a great walk through there. There's all different types of eating places. Most of them are independently owned. We have some restaurants in there that are farm to table, because what you're going to see next is an area that houses a lot of different farms. There's over 200 farms, a lot of agriculture in Virginia Beach. But the Vibe District also has a distillery. It has, we also have a brewery tour. There's lots of breweries in the Vibe District. And here's a picture of just one of, it's called the Pink Beanie, and it's a really interesting restaurant. So these little eclectic restaurants, they are all housed in an area that we call the Alley. There's the smallest museum on earth. You go in, look at the things that are the historic and authentic artifacts in there, and you kind of turn around and you go out. But it's really, take one turn and go out, but it is small, but it's so much fun. And then here's a picture of a pottery place. We can go and make pottery. And then this is one of my favorite stores. This is the North End Bag Company. And what's interesting about them is that they hand make all of their bags with reused or recycled materials. And they use the sewing machines that they use in there are all old, I guess you would call them old Singer like sewing machines. So they're older and they're very well kept, and you can go in and actually watch them making the handbags. So this is an interesting shop, not to mention that the handbags are absolutely beautiful. And then here's another picture of a restaurant there. And so, yep, we call this the alley. So coffee, North End Bag Company, Igor's Custom. He makes custom like oyster knives and bottle openers and things like that. He makes a lot of things out of wood. And then, of course, the jars of dust pottery. Or back to a question. So what are the creative artworks called in the Vibe District? Shouldn't be too hard.
Hopefully.
Give you a couple minutes. You guys let me know when we're ready to move on.
Yeah, I think we can. So you see, it's a we are searching for a word with 6 letters, and we need the last one again. But I think, Kelly, we can move on.
Okay, perfect. So now we're going to come to another favorite part of mine area in Virginia Beach called the Rudy Inlet Fishing Center Marina. And again, this is just 2 blocks from the oceanfront. You can see the beautiful Atlantic Ocean there. And this is a body of water called the Rudy Inlet. And so anything, water sports, parasailing, jet skiing, kayaking, any kind of water sport you can think of, fishing charters, dolphin watching, boat tours, it goes out of the Rudy Inlet area. There are also some really fabulous restaurants located here. So it's a nice walk, short walk from the ocean front, and a very beautiful district. And so here we have on your left, the Rudy Flipper. This is just a sample of the type of boat that you would take out if you were going to do some kind of a fishing charter, or if you were going to do dolphin watching. And I did want to mention that during the winter, if you're here, we do whale watching trips. The whales migrate to our area, and they are either the humpback whales. We see a lot of fin whales in this area, and that's a pretty magnificent thing. And I've even seen people that are on the stand-up paddle boards in the winter who go out, they paddle out, and they watch the whales. So that's a little scary, but I think it's that's adventurous, isn't it? And one of the things that you can do in Virginia Beach is do a catch and cook program. And that's where you go out, you go fishing. You can either go on a public charter, or you can rent a private boat. But you bring your catch back, just tip your first mate a little bit. He will fillet all the fish, and you can take it to one of the local restaurants, and they'll cook it for you. And you can have an incredible family fish fry. And then so next, let's talk a little bit about the Virginia Aquarium. This is a fabulous aquarium, and there are hundreds of thousands of gallons of water aquariums and interactive exhibits at the aquarium. They have Komodo dragons. They have the harbor seals, shark tanks. They have just a little bit of everything. There's an aviary, beautiful. There's actually 2 buildings and a beautiful nature walk that connects the 2 buildings. And again, that is walkable as well from the oceanfront area. Now here's another picture of one of the boat tours that goes out. And I spoke about the whale watching and dolphin watching. And so next, we're just going to show you just a little clip of what it's like to be on one of those boats and do the dolphin watching.
Yep,
Great.
There we are. Short and sweet.
Thank you so much. Doesn't that look like fun, everybody?
Yeah, it did.
Absolutely. Want to be on the boat right now.
I know, yeah. So this next presentation is on Town Center. This is kind of like the downtown of Virginia Beach. We've never really had a downtown. Our resort area and our oceanfront area have always been what locals have called downtown. But now we have this amazing town center, which has upscale shopping, dining, They also have, and it's only about 10 to 15 minutes drive from the oceanfront area. Town Center has a performing arts theater, so you can go and do, dinner and the arts. They also just opened an incredible complex, called the Apex, which is an entertainment center. And they have bowling and bumper cars and bocce and all different kinds of games. And so, if it's something, maybe a family's coming and maybe it's something you want to just get away and check out Town Center. They've got chocolate shops and painting and wine bars and just all kinds of fun things. There's also a large mall there where you can do a lot of shopping. So that's our Town Center. Also shopping in the area, I want to mention that we do have one of the largest malls in the entire coastal Virginia area called the Lynnhaven Mall. And it features all of your anchor stores like Macy's, Penny's. And then we also have the Norfolk Premium Outlets, which I tend to frequent a lot. Love the Norfolk Premium Outlets. And that's something that you could factor into your itinerary as well. And I did want to mention, something I didn't mention in the beginning is that typically a tourist is going to spend about 3 to 4 days in Virginia Beach. It can be longer. There's plenty to do, but we always like to let clients know that, so maybe you fly into Washington, you want to do the city for a couple days, but then you want to go and take a scenic drive down to Virginia Beach, spend a few days on the beach, relaxing, and then you can, head back up towards Maryland and explore more amazing things. But that's typically what we would expect, 3 to 4 days in Virginia Beach.
Oh, okay. Now it's too late. I just wanted to give a little hint for the next question, but now it's too late. No, now I won't do it anymore. No, but I think it was quite obvious what the slide before that you were showing. So what you're aiming at here.
So hopefully it is an easy one right now for what is the town center famous for. So I think it's something we all are doing.
Maybe the ladies a little more than the men.
I think that's a
yeah, exactly. Oh boy.
All right.
And I just mentioned while we're waiting a little bit that, if you're looking, when I travel to a destination, you can ask Maria, when I come to Germany, I'm looking for kind of indigenous gifts or gifts that are handmade there. I want something special. And so the Vibe District is great for that. So if you want something that's, from the local 757 Virginia Beach, that's a great place to go as well.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to have a souvenir that's made in China, right?
There's a lot of that too.
yeah, of course. It's everywhere. But if you're looking for something really nice and handmade, that's the place to go.
Exactly. Okay, so now I've probably said this 3 or 4 times, but I'm going to take you to another favorite place of mine. And Sandbridge beaches are my first love because I live in the southern part of Virginia Beach. And so I do frequent this area quite often. I am a beach lover and I can tell you anything you need to know about the beaches and especially Sandbridge. But Sandbridge, as you head south in Virginia Beach, is known for its vacation rentals. So this is a place that you want to go. The beaches are absolutely fabulous as well. Here's a picture of one of the rental homes with a family coming down. But it's a very secluded, it's a great hideaway. You can just slow down. You can see the sea oats there. And Sandbridge is located right by a state park and a national wildlife refuge. And so if you are really into outdoors and wildlife and just that total relaxation, which is what I'm into, this is a good place to go. There are hundreds of vacation rental homes and they go, the neat part about it is that they go from the ocean front all the way to the back bay. and Back Bay is the National Wildlife Refuge. So even if you're not oceanfront in one of the rental programs, if you're on the Back Bay, you'll have kayaks you can put in. You can do kayak tours to restaurants, and just an amazing place, whether you're Back Bay or whether you're oceanfront. Here's a picture of the Sandbridge sunrise. Absolutely gorgeous. One of the vacation rental homes. And then I want to talk just a minute on the coastal cuisine. So the family on your right, there's a restaurant out there. This is another local secret. There's a restaurant out there who will put together a crab pot or fresh fish pot. And all you have to do is go in, ask for the pot, and they'll have all your vegetables, spices, and all you have to do is add either wine, water, beer, whatever you want to cook the pot in. And you go back to your rental home or wherever you're staying, and you cook, just put it on the stove and cook this absolutely heavenly crab feast or fish feast. And here's the picture of the family that's done that. And then on your left, of course, lots of shrimp and mussels and clams. And then I mentioned before that there are a lot of farms, over 200 farms. And so what we like to tell people when they're going to this area is that there's probably 25 or 30 different farm stands where you can get fresh blueberries, fresh tomatoes, corn, green beans. I mean, sky is the limit. Sweet potatoes are big here too. But we ask you to go pick up your fresh produce at the farmer's market or one of the roadside stands, and then pick up your seafood pot. And it's a great evening in Sandbridge. Lodging, again, there's a place called the Sanctuary Resort that has lots of 2 and 3 bedroom condo units, as well as vacation homes. And just so you know, there's a 3-night minimum off season and then a 7-night minimum on rental homes during season. It's very similar to Florida's market, with the condos and the vacation rentals. Here's a picture of some of the activities on Sandbridge. We've got surf yoga spa retreats, and then of course surfing lessons. There is an outfitter called Surf and Adventure that's very close to Sandbridge. And so you can rent bikes, you can sign up for surf lessons, and they will actually bring the bikes to you. Or they'll bring the surfboards down to the ocean. So you just tell them, where you're located, and they'll be there. And then you can take the bikes and you can ride through Back Bay National Wildlife Refuge. You can ride through False Cape State Park. Lots of kayaking opportunities there. And again, for those of you that like birding, or if you have clients that are really into nature and the environment, I strongly suggest that area as well. I talked a little bit about the agriculture. Pungo is a little village among the Sandbridge area. Here we have all kinds of fresh seasonal product like the blueberries, the strawberries. And then the other thing it's known for are the farms, so a lot of horseback riding. And then amongst all those farmland and agriculture is this incredible aviation museum. And there are 5 or 6 different hangars that you can tour. And what's unique about this is that 99% of all the aircraft in this museum is flyable, and you can actually ride in a World War II aircraft. And the docents or the volunteers that work there are either they're great storytellers because in their past life, they were Navy pilots. And so we have a lot of them telling you some incredible stories. So make sure you visit that while you're out in Pungo. And now we're back to question number 5. So what fruit can you pick on the farms at Pungo in the spring?
So it's maybe not that easy because I think Kelly didn't mention it, but you saw it on
I accidentally slipped. I'm sorry. I just went back for a second. I'm sorry, Kelly.
No control.
No control.
No
right?
control.
So Kelly, just maybe when we gave them a little bit more time, we had 2 questions in the chat. Do Virginia Beach offer tax-free shopping?
Yes, not year round, but we have special weekends where it's tax free.
Yeah.
And of course, if that's something that your client needs to know, we can definitely share what weekends those would be.
That would be awesome. I will note that down for our follow-up.
Yes. Yep.
And then we have another question. Do we have a list of these apartments or rental homes in Sandbridge Beach?
Yes, that's a really great question. So we have, at the end of the presentation, I'm going to introduce you to our lookbook. It's a vacation guide. And within the vacation guide, it is printed in German. It has a complete listing of all of the realty companies that have the vacation rental properties.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to step outside of Virginia Beach, just a little ways, about an hour up the road to Colonial Williamsburg. I just wanted to mention them because it's so close that you can keep your great oceanfront rental home or hotel and just travel 1 hour up to Colonial Williamsburg and tour the Colonial Williamsburg Foundation. Or you can head up to Busch Gardens, which is another one of my favorites. Can you tell that I like adventure? So Busch Gardens, great. It's an hour up the road as well. And so it's a fun day, lots of great rides there and all kinds of great foods to eat. So, and then I want to talk just a minute. I know we're running over time, but I want to talk a little bit about the new product in Virginia Beach. There's a brand new Marriott Oceanfront Hotel that just opened last year, 305 guest rooms. What's very special about this hotel is that it has an eclectic Asian restaurant at the very top on the 18th floor called Orion's. And all the rooms face the ocean. It's a high-end hotel, very beautiful. The Delta Hotel by the Marriott. Now, here's where the Chesapeake Bay comes into play. This is built right on the bay. You're going to see all those beautiful sunsets. It's a 295 suite hotel, and they also have bunk beds. So if you're bringing a family, this is pretty unique for this hotel. It's located right there on the bay. They've got a great restaurant with an oyster bar, and they have kayaking right outside your door of your hotel. They have a pool, outside pool, and all kinds of water sports that they offer there as well. And then I'll mention the Cavalier Hotel. It's historic. It's a signature Marriott property. This is a one-of-a-kind experience. They completely did an extensive makeover 2 years ago, and it has a spa. It has a distillery called Tarnished Truth, so you can do bourbon tasting, and it's quite spectacular, but it dates all the way back to the early 1920s. Many famous movie stars stayed there, and each floor has a sign of what movie star stayed there, and it tells you a little bit of a story about them. So incredibly unique. And then one more new thing, there's a great new surf park coming to Virginia Beach. Stay tuned and we'll tell you more about that, but there's going to be high-end shopping. The surf park has over 1,000 waves an hour, and it's going to be open year-round, so you can learn to surf, you can shop, you can dine. We are so excited about that. And then finally, this is our lookbook. Again, it is printed in German, and this has every accommodation listed, including the rental homes, attractions, beer trails, that type of thing. So I thank you all so much for joining us, and it's been my pleasure to be here today. I'm excited to have you come and visit us.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I'm just gonna. We're hiding the email addresses. 1 second.
Oh.
So now it's better. Yeah. So thanks a lot, Maria and Kelly, for the great webinar. In case you have any questions left, please ask them now in the chat. And the lookbook, Maria, can
You
people
can-
order that through you as well?
Yes.
Yes.
You can order the Virginia Beach guide, and also we have a Capital Region USA guide in German language. So for the entire region, you can always order it in our office. So you see there's our email address. It's cruiser@klassen.de. And that's also the email address you definitely need if you would like to participate in our raffle. So please send the solution word to us by tomorrow, 2 p.m., 14 Uhr.
Yeah, I changed that, sorry.
Okay.
Because, no,
Absolutely. Give them more time. So
Good. That's good.
Yeah. So in case you didn't see any question really, you will get the recording from me, I hope this evening or tomorrow very early in the morning. So you will definitely get the recording from me, so you can still look up everything in case you're missing one or two letters of the solution. So yeah, you will definitely be able to get the right word and to send it to Maria on time. I don't know. Are there any other questions at the moment? No, I don't see any right now. If you have any questions, please contact Kelli directly when it comes to Virginia Beach. If it's Capital Region, Maria, as she said, will be including her first webinar as well. That was about the entire Capital Region. So yes, we'll definitely hear from both of them for the follow-up. And so thank you very much, both of you. That was water temperatures. I just see another question. Good question. Yeah.
That is a really good question. We have a subtropical climate here, and so water temperatures are all listed in that lookbook as well. But the water temperatures are in the 70s and 80s, and then shoulder season probably in the 60s and 70s. So it kind of just depends on, how cold it would get here in the winter time. But typically we are, and I'm sorry, this is Fahrenheit, but typically we're in the 50s. So pretty mild during the winter time. And that's usually December, January, February. And then we start moving into spring by March.
So the 50s should be. I'm just checking one second.
Okay.
So it's somewhere between 10 and 15. That would be the 50s, 10 and 15 degrees Celsius, which is rather cold.
Winter.
And
that's winter.
In summer, you said what you're getting?
Oh, water temperatures or air temperatures?
Water
would be in the 70s, 80s.
Yeah, so that's
Fahrenheit.
20 or
20-something.
26. Yeah. So it's nice water.
I apologize. I have it in the lookbook. They don't have one by me, but you can look that up. Just order it from Maria. Right.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Just one more thing for me to say. Next week, of course, we're going to have another USA webinar. So it's going to be April 1st, next week, Thursday. That should be, right? Or Wednesday? Is it Wednesday?
Thursday.
Next week, Thursday, sorry. 10 a.m. in the morning, we're going to be talking about Kentucky tourism. I think it's a really underrated state. It's got a lot of things to do and see. So please join us next week again for Kentucky tourism. And once again, Maria and Kelli, thank you very much. That was a really great webinar, and I really enjoyed the presentation myself. So I'm sure everyone else did.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
And Christian, if you want to show the video for anybody that wants to stay and watch it, that'd be great. But otherwise, thank you all.
Yeah, I nearly forgot about that. Yeah, so,
the
webinar is officially over now, but we still got a 2-minute video of Virginia Beach just as a very nice finish of the webinar. So please sit back and relax and enjoy the video.
This is the life where you wake up early because you want to, just to be the first in line at the edge of the earth, putting everything behind you. The roar of the surf echoes in applause, welcoming you as the sun kisses your forehead. You've arrived. This is the life, where time seems to stop, so you can finally catch up, not because you're moving too slow, but because this moment is worth the wait. The world floats by with the clouds and the gulls and the ocean breeze. Freedom spirals and dances in the salty air, calling you to remember all the things that truly matter. The simple things, beautiful things, spontaneous things. Nothing to stop you from immersing yourself in every experience you set out to capture. This is the life. Warm, colorful. Here the days pass like waves. No two are the same, but each one celebrated like the greatest that has ever lived. Tales of amazing adventures, of love lost and found, and victory and defeat. A collection of moments like grains of sand stirring around your feet. An age-old, magical kind of pixie dust. And just like that, you are transformed. No longer an anonymous visitor. From now on, you live the life.
Oh, what a great ending for this webinar. That's a really nice video. Really, really. Well, again and again and again, every webinar we're doing, it shows us so much how much we miss traveling, I guess. Oh yeah. So yeah, no, that was a great last thing to see in the webinar.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Kelly and Maria.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of your day or your evening, wherever you are. Thanks for joining us from the US. And
yes, thank you.
Time. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Miss you guys so much.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll be back soon. We'll see about that.
Absolutely. Okay.
All
Take
right.
care.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Maria. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.